everyone, and welcome back. First, I want to apologize for being away for so long. Over the past few weeks, I've been working a side job with a company called Loop Abroad. I co-instruct the elephant management and medicine course. In that role, I get to teach veterinary students about elephant behavior and welfare. I'll share more about that program in another video. During that time, things became pretty uncertain here in Surin. A conflict broke out between Cambodia and Thailand, and for a while I wasn't sure if I'd be able to return. Thankfully, things have calmed down, and I was able to come back just last week. I also changed my hair during that time. I decided to try something different from blonde for a little while. I honestly wasn't sure how the elephants would respond after such a long break, especially since many of them had only just started their training before I left. But to my surprise and relief, they picked up right where they left off. That's a wonderful sign that they're not only remembering the training, but they're actually enjoying it, which is our main goal. When we last left off here, the elephants hadn't yet been introduced to the target pole. So in this video, I'll be highlighting a beautiful elephant named Duang Kay, who has made incredible progress and is now presenting her feet when asked. So really quickly, for those of you who don't know, a target pole is a tool we use in positive reinforcement training to shape different behaviors. So this photo is in Africa, and the trainer is teaching the elephant to line her body up against the wall there. So this is a very simple behavior, but it's really important, right? This is because we're working in protected contact, we need the animal to bring their bodies to us, so this is how we would take a blood sample or get to any parts of their body that we need to get to for medical care. So the elephant learns to touch different parts of their body to the target on that pole. So this is kind of the only way for us to communicate to the elephant what we want without, physical manipulation. And it kind of works as an extension of the trainer's hand, right? Especially with elephants, and depending on what you're training, it could be quite dangerous to go bending over and reaching your body in there. So the target pole works really well. And here I've just got a bunch of other pictures, most of them taking place at the zoo. I just wanted to point out that the target pole isn't just used for elephants. It's used to shape all kinds of behaviors with all kinds of animals. And you'll often hear this called target training. So it's just a really simple way to shape different behaviors. Now, what makes this different with elephants is that it kind of works the opposite of a traditional elephant training tool called the ankus or the bullhook. So with the ankus or the bullhook, this is also used to shape behaviors, but the elephant is trained to move away from that painful pointy tip. And so the bullhook shapes behaviors, but it also serves as somewhat of a threat, right? The elephant's reward for doing the correct behavior is they don't get hit. And if they don't do the correct behavior, then they get a painful poke. So in this picture on the left here, if the trainer wants the elephant to turn her head to the left, he's going to kind of motion towards her head in that direction so she moves her head away from the ankus. And again, on this picture on the right, to train the elephant to lift his little legs up higher, the ankus is put underneath. Whereas with the target pole, the animal learns to move towards the target in anticipation of a reward. So psychologically, you can see that this has a really beneficial impact. They learn better, number one, when they're not trying to learn under fear or duress, but it also really helps improve relationships. And of course, I put that ball on the end. It's not absolutely necessary, but what it does is it creates a a visual target that the elephant can easily understand. But more importantly, with elephants who have learned under the traditional method, I want to make sure that there's no chance that they can get hurt by this. Let's say this little elephant kicked his foot forward and accidentally hit the tip of the stick and it hurt. That would kind of put him right back into his prior conditioning. So the ball really helps with that. But regardless, right now, the elephants have not learned that this stick isn't going to hurt them. So this is what we're going to be doing. This is Duang Kay here. You can see that we've made some improvements to our training area. We've got a pretty pink training wall. That actually wasn't my idea. The wife of the elephant's owner here really likes pink, and so this was her idea, but I also love pink, so I was like, yeah, you can have a pretty pink training area. So Duang Kay has come in, and right now I'm just going to put the stick down next to her, and already she's kind of showing that she's a little bit nervous, right? The trunk goes up away from it kind of right away. And I don't want to feed her with her trunk up there, so I do ask her to bring it down. And I'm just going to kind of ask her to kind of eat food next to this thing. And there I moved it, and she kept her trunk where it was, so we're going to go ahead and give her lots more food for that. And now I'm going to try holding it in my hands. So when I picked it up, she didn't react at all. So I'm just going to give her lots of food. If she would have shown fear, I might have put it back down and spent a little bit more time with her just kind of relaxed eating next to it. So now I've raised it up a little bit to see how she would react, and she seems to be okay. You can see those ears are flapping quite a bit. So this is showing me that she's a little bit nervous, but she's still willing to hang out. And she's doing quite well there, so now I'm going to try touching her with it. You can't hear, but I'm giving the bridge. I'm saying good when she allows this to touch her. And we start with the top of their head right there, just because that's a really easy place where the elephant can avoid it easily if they want to. Whereas if she wanted to step away or move away, then she could do that. So now I'm doing what's called counter conditioning. I am just rubbing her with that target pole and pairing it with lots of food, lots of good things. And so far, she seems to be doing okay with this, even if she's a little bit nervous. All right. So now I'm moving. Because she did so well with that, I want to see if she's willing to walk towards the target pole like she just did. If I saw a bunch of hesitation, that would show me that she was still just really scared. But she did kind of willingly walk right towards it, which is really great. So again, I'm just doing some more of that rubbing. And now we're going to start moving the target pole down the sides of her legs. So I'm moving it towards the sides of her head. I'm being cautious, and rewarding her for holding still. So now I'm just rubbing her shoulder area there. And she's doing quite well, but you're going to see she does these kind of occasional head bobs. Like that right there. So that kind of lets me know that she's still willing to hang out, but she's a little nervous. So now I've put the target pole a little bit lower there. And I'm holding it up where she can see it. And I'm going to start where I was touching her before and kind of slowly work my way back down. And again, she's a little nervous, but she's actually taking this quite well. There are some elephants that will kind of immediately back away and let me know that she's really scared. And again, because I'm seeing those head bobs, I can see that this is hard for her. So I take little breaks there. We take the target pole away, just give her some food, let her know she's doing a good job. We'll start back up again. And as you can see, I'm working my way a little bit lower because again, the goal is going to be for us to be able to touch her feet with that target pole. But for now, I'm just letting her know, hey, this thing touches you sometimes. And not only does it not hurt, but really good things happen when it touches you. So because she did so well, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can touch her feet with the target pole down here. And there, we just touched it. She did really, really well. With some other elephants, they're okay with the target touching their upper body, but when you go to touch their feet, they back up, and she seemed to be just fine. So I'm giving her a really big reward. And try it again. Oop. And that, she let me know she's a little nervous. Did you see her grab the target pole? So, because she's a little bit scared there, I'm going to go back up to where it's easier for her and just do a little reminder, like, hey, remember, this thing doesn't hurt. But she's showing some signs that she doesn't love the target pole just yet. So I'm going to give up touching the feet just now, right? She's just not quite ready for that. We got a couple good ones. So we'll go back up to the head. And what I typically do is I'll desensitize or counter condition both sides. Because the elephant's eyes are on both sides of their heads, we do want to make sure and do both sides. So this is the next day here. And as you can see, she's doing quite well. I'm getting pretty low with the target there. And now I'm going to put it in this lower area. And again, this tends to make the elephants nervous sometimes when they can't see it quite as well. But here, as you can see, I'm touching her feet, and she's doing really well. Ooh, and here, she surprised me. She actually kicked her foot forward, and I was like, does she know to touch her foot to this thing? So I try it again, and she did it again. So of course, I'm going to give her a really big reward here, because that's what we want. I wasn't expecting that soon. So now I'm going to try it with the target over this bar here, because what we want is to shape her foot coming up and on top of that bar. And this is where we had some struggles. She would do it when the target was low, but as soon as I tried doing up here, then she would get frustrated. So here you can see she's kind of swinging her trunk, she's kicking her foot, and then she throws her trunk over the top, which is how she lets me know when she's really frustrated with something. So I'm gonna see if I can do it again, easier this time, with the target low. There, and she gets it. So we'll go ahead and give her some food for that. And we'll just stick with that for now. Oops, there she goes. All right. Oh, I guess I decided I'm going to try this one more time to see if she can get it with the target above the bar, and she did it. That's great. So of course she gets a really big reward for that. All right, so this is the next day, and if I remember correctly, we had a bad day today. And this happens. Elephants are just like us, right? They have good days and bad days. So she's struggling when the target pole is over that low bar, but she's lifting her foot when the target pole is low. So I'm kind of doing a repeat of what we did the day before and see if I can communicate to her that I want her to lift the foot when the target pole is up by the bar there. And there she kicks her foot forward, but I want a more deliberate touch, right? The behavior is to touch the target, not kick your foot forward. So she got mad at me that time. She's frustrated. But she didn't throw her trunk all the way over. And now she's looking relaxed. So I'm going to try it one more time. And here you can see she's actually kind of swiping towards me. She's really frustrated. And here we see that foot kicking again. She tried to grab my target pole. So we're going to make it a little easier, but she's over it at that point, right? She got my target pole. Her mahout is behind me there. He's watching. So he's coming up to show me that that bar is a little bit too high and we're planning on putting some cement there. So he's kind of saying, oh, well, when the ground's up higher, she doesn't have to lift it so high, it's going to be easier. And I'm agreeing. But because she's so mad, I'm just going to ask her to do it the easy way so we can end on something good. And that was a mistake, right? I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And now she's really mad. So this behavior here, where she's actually kind of chewing on the bar there, she's really frustrated right now. She knows what to do, but she's scared to do it. So because of that, I'm just going to drop it all together. And we're going to work on something different. And again, we're going to just do some reminders with her other foot now. So this is her left foot. And again, I'm just rewarding her for her allowing me to touch that foot with the target. And there she even stepped forward towards it. So we'll give her some food for that. And now that she's calmed down a little bit, I'm going to see. Oh, I guess I ended the session there. This is the next day. So we're at a kind of a different angle on this day. Right away, I could see that she was in a much better mood. And the dirt is a little bit higher. I kind of noticed that the bar is more easily reachable on this side. So again, the plan was just to work on her touching her foot to the target, just like that, with the target pole being over that bar. I also decided that I was going to take longer breaks in between asking her. She seems to get frustrated when you ask for the same thing over and over and over again. So I decided, okay, to reduce some of this frustration, I'm going to spend some time in between asks, just giving her some food and telling her how wonderful she is. And there, she kicked it forward, but I kind of want a little bit better. I want it a little bit more deliberate. I did give her one banana piece in there for trying. She's starting to get a little bit frustrated. But she didn't throw her trunk over the bar, so I am going to give her a couple of pieces there just to say, I know you're frustrated, but thanks for hanging with me. Okay. So again, she's doing that kick the foot forward thing. But I'm going to go ahead and give her some food because that was a good try. And I can see right now that she knows what I'm asking her, but she's just scared. She's working up the courage to do it. I want to see if she can put her foot on the bar. And there she did it. Yeah. So that was really, really good. That was a big challenge. I know it doesn't look like much, but that was a really big breakthrough here. So she put her foot on the bar, and now I'm giving her what we call a magnitude of reinforcement. So I just gave her the rest of the food in my pouch, and now she gets her own little basket of bananas too, for having such a good attitude and for trying so hard. So now, this is almost a month later. I had to go do my job with Loop Abroad. Then I got stranded up there because war had broken out near Surin. So as you can see, I'm kind of just starting over on this first day back, doing some reminders, reminding her that that target pole doesn't work. I asked her to put the foot up there. She remembers. So this is the next day. And what we're trying to do on this day is communicate to her to keep her foot up there. So I'm asking her to keep it there for a little bit longer. So there, she kept it up for a little bit longer. And now I'm going to ask her to keep it up even longer. And she figured this out pretty quick. So here she's getting a ton of food while that foot's up. So she's understood to keep that foot up there when asked. And this is the next day. And now we're teaching her to bring that foot forward. I don't know if you could see, I sort of tapped the foot with the target pole a little bit, and then she gets rewarded every time she brings that foot forward. And she figured this out really quick too. There I tapped, and there she brought the foot all the way forward, and she's keeping it up there, which is really wonderful. So she's got it. She's got the foot positioning. Smart girl. And now we're just going to work to make sure she's really comfortable. This is the next day. So we're still working on her right foot now, but we did this with both feet, just communicating, hey, when we ask you to put your foot up, put the foot up and keep it still. Doesn't matter how much I'm moving around. As long as you have that foot up in this correct position, then bananas come your way. So there you have it. Duang Kay is kind of on the quicker end of the spectrum. She's learning everything very quickly and picking things up quite quick. She also decided to trust us quite quickly. We've got a couple of elephants on the other end of the spectrum who have not been picking it up that quick. They're still learning to touch their feet to the target pole. They're not sure about me. They're not sure about that target pole. So it's taking them a little bit longer. Most of the elephants are somewhere in between. So they've learned to touch their foot to the target and they're putting it on the bar, but they're still working up the courage to allow us to touch their feet, or also figuring out foot positioning as well. Thanks so much for watching and for your patience while I was away. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me and to the elephants. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Next week, we'll be moving on to the desensitization process. Teaching the elephants to present their feet is one step, but getting them to hold still while we trim their nails is a whole new challenge. I'm excited to share that progress with you, so stay tuned. If you'd like to support this work and help improve the welfare of elephants here in Surin, please consider donating to Elephation. The link is in the description. Every contribution makes a big difference. Thanks again so much, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.